Do ba 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 do boo do.
Right, so I was chatting to one of my followers a few days back, and he was asking about cleaning the bike prior to putting it away for winter, and he was asking about what products I use and how I get my bike ready to hibernate. Now, I will add, however, over the years I've probably only put my bike away once or twice. Normally what I do, and I'll do that this year as well, is I don't ride all the way through winter, and I don't ride when the weather is shitty. I take the bike out even during the winter, but only if it's not bloody too cold, or when it's dry, basically. So when there's no salt on the roads, and when the weather isn't piss wet through. So I don't put it away as such, but I do clean it, and I clean it a lot. And anybody that's watched my channel for a while, and anybody that knows me, will know that I am a bit of a what's the word I'm looking for? I won't say I'm OCD, because I don't have OCD. That's a condition that some people have. I'm a bit particular about keeping my bikes clean, so I thought I would show you how I keep it as close to immaculate as possible. And this isn't a how-to video, so I'm not going to talk about cleaning methods. I might do that at some other stage. This is just about the products that I use, and as you can see, there's quite a lot. And actually that really isn't all of them, because there's some alternative stuff that I use, but I'll talk through these products anyway. I'll tell you what they are, what their intended use is, and why I use them. So let's start from left to right. This is, in fact, no, let me do something else. I haven't prepared very well for this video, I do apologise. Let me just add first and foremost that if you do put your bike away for the winter, please clean your bike. There is nothing worse than a bike that is neglected and it's sat there over the cold winter months, even in a garage, covered in dirt and grime that's going to eat away and corrode your nuts and your bolts and the metal parts. So just give it a really deep clean before you put it away for the winter, because then it gives you peace of mind. Grease everything up, put some anti-corrosion spray on there, so that you've got peace of mind it's going to be ready to ride when the new season starts. And if you do ride through the winter, even more reason to clean it, and clean it regularly, right? So anyway, back to the products. This is Muc-Off's motorbike wax and polish. Now, this is not very good stuff at all. It really isn't. I mean, it says it's a polish. It's not a polish in the true sense of the word. A polish, this is a polish. A polish really should polish the surface, fill in any hard to see scratches and marks and swirl marks. That's what a polish does. A polish makes the surface as smooth as it possibly can do, or the lacquer surface, if you will. What's the word? You've got your paint and then you've got the layer on top. Yeah, the lacquer, basically. So that's what a polish does. It creates a smooth surface. So it's designed to do stuff to the paintwork or to the top layer. This doesn't. This stuff has got the consistency of furniture polish. So for all intents and purposes, compared to proper other sort of cleaning materials, it's crap. But the reason I use it is, in between washes, like for example in the summer, you get back from, you've been out riding for a couple of hours, and you will just want to wipe off the dust, you just want to wipe off any finger marks you've got on the tank, and you just want to get any dead flies off. This is okay. So it's okay in between washes, and for that purpose as well, it's really cheap. I bought 3 of these for a tenner. I don't know if that deal is still on, but it's really cheap. So I always keep a couple of bottles of this in my arsenal, just to give it a quick wipe over. But when I'm doing a proper clean, like a proper wash, I'll start with Built Hamber Snow Foam. Now, Built Hamber is a really good company. They produce some amazing products. I'm not saying this is the best on the market, and there are loads of other products out there. So Built Hamber Auto Foam is it's a snow foam. The reason this is good, if any of you have ever been interested in cleaning cars, for example, and I used to be quite that was part of a hobby, believe it or not. Now I'm sounding really bloody sad. The there's a YouTuber called Forensic Detailing, or the Forensic Detailing channel, and he basically tests loads of automotive cleaning products, and he rates this really highly in terms of its ability to loosen up all the dirt. And that's what snow foam is designed to do. Snow foam is not designed to clean the bike as such, or the car. It's designed to loosen up dirt so that it washes off before you actually start wiping the paintwork with a wash mitt. Therefore it minimises the amount of little tiny bits of dirt and grime that's going to scratch your paintwork. So that's what snow foam is designed for, and this works better than many other snow foams. So Built Hamber snow foam, best to spray it on dry, because then it hangs onto the paintwork a lot longer. Leave it for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes maximum, and then rinse it off. Simple as that. Then you come on to actually washing the bike, and there are a gazillion products out there, but I stick with Built Hamber for that. I use this on my bike and on my car. Built Hamber Auto Wash. Again, the cleaning power of this is really good. It's a 1 to 2000 ratio, so basically in a bucket you need about 5 millilitres of this. That's all you need, so it'll last you a long time, as will the snow foam, because in the snow foam lance, which is what I connect up to my jet wash, that's probably all the product you need. Fill it up and that will do you about 3 washes of a bike, maybe 2 of a car, you know. So really good stuff. This is just this is an old bottle that I've reused. The only thing I've got in there is a bit of soapy water, simple as that, because when you're working on the bike, if you get a bit of greasy hand marks anywhere, then I'll just spray a little bit of soapy water on and wipe it off. So it's handy to have a little bit of soapy water. So it's not Demon Shine. This is from years and years ago. Demon Shine stuff, in my opinion, isn't great, but it's just there to give me a bit of soapy water. Also, this product I bought a few months back just to try it, and it works quite well. So it's a gel bike cleaner, and what I do, the way I've been using it is spray the bike with water. So after you've done your snow foam, for example, or if you get back in off a summer's ride and there's loads of flies on the front of your bike, then spray it with water and then spray some of this on, let it sit for a few minutes and then wipe off, and it wipes off all the flies. That's all I've used it for at the minute. But yeah, it's a gel bike cleaner, smells gorgeous as well, monkey juice stuff. So that's that. Now once the bike is washed, I then dry it. So I have bought a Blow Air S, or Blow S I think it's called. It's basically it's a dryer for the bike, and what this means is it just saves a whole lot of time. Instead of wiping the bike over with a microfiber or a towel, you just blast the water off. But it also allows you to blast the water out of all the nooks and crannies, out of all your nuts and bolts and your recesses, where if water sits, especially this time of year, if water sits in some of those recesses and you put your bike away for a few days or a week or more, then that water can obviously start to cause rust. So this is really good to dry your bike. Once it's dry, occasionally I will give it a layer of super resin polish. Again, this is there to sort of refine the shine of the paintwork, fills in lots of the swirl marks that you get on paintwork, gives it a really nice finish. And you only really need to do this once every 6 months maybe. I do it more often because I'm a bit like that. So super resin polish from Autoglim. Autoglim is a fantastic company, and again, good value for money. That will last a very long time. Then I've got some G-Technic ceramic sealant. Now this is not the same as applying a layer of ceramic onto a car, for example. Applying a proper layer of ceramic needs to be done by a professional, in my opinion, and it needs to be done in a controlled environment. And if you get it wrong, you can actually make your paintwork worse. This is literally just a spray on and buff off ceramic sealant. So it sort of, in principle, does the same thing, but it just doesn't last as long, and it's not as, you don't get as much sort of perfect coverage compared to a proper professionally applied ceramic layer. But it's really, really good. That bottle was, I think, 30 quid for half a litre, and it says up to 6 months durability. But you can layer it, so you can do it, let it cure for a day or two, layer it again, let it cure, and it makes your paintwork silky smooth. It's really, really good. So that's what I do to look after the paintwork as well. And now when it comes to things like all the unpainted black plastics, I use GT85. GT85 is brilliant. £4 a tin in Halfords, and you can clean your wheels, you know, all the chain lube that's flung onto your back wheel. This is really good for cleaning that off. You can even clean your chain with this if you want to. Really, really good stuff. But if you apply it, if you spray it onto a cloth and then wipe over your black plastic parts, it brings them up nice and shiny, makes them look really good. So I've always got a tin of that. Motorcycle protectant, I'll talk about this one first. This is like a light sort of anti-corrosion protectant. You can use it all over your bike, of course, except for things like brake discs. I don't put it on my drivetrain, and you don't want it on your handlebars or your grips or your foot pegs or anything like that. But I use it on the metal frame, which is you know, whether black or silver, it don't matter. I use it on my rear wheel to clean that, and yeah, and I use it every now and again to spray on the underside of the bike to help give it a bit of anti-corrosion protection. But this is like a lighter version of the anti-corrosion protection. A more heavy duty anti-corrosion is this stuff, Muc-Off's HCB1. This I did this to my bike recently when I got the bike, because obviously the weather isn't that great. Now we're starting to get into the winter months, and yeah, it is exactly what it says on the tin. It's an anti-corrosion barrier. This is very similar in what it's intended for as ACF 50. Many bikers know about ACF 50, but ACF 50 comes from the aerospace industry. It's very good. It's sold within the motorcycle industry as well. It's very good. This I think is slightly cheaper, does the same sort of thing. They are slightly different. If you really dig into the reeds of what this product is, they are slightly different, but they're intended for a similar use. So yeah, anti-corrosion. The last thing you want is the underside of your body, your bike, your exhaust brackets and the nuts and bolts and your header pipes. You don't want those going rusty. So that's a really good product to use. Then I've got Muc-Off chain cleaner. It's chain cleaner. And chain lube. It's chain lube. And then I've also got some Silcoline cable lube. I mentioned this when I changed the clutch cable the other day, if you've seen that video. This is really good because it is what's the word I'm looking for? It's bloody hell, oh Christ, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't remember the word. Anyway, it's not going to attract dirt. Like some people use engine oil or grease to lube their cables, like clutch cables for example. You don't want to do that because it will attract grease. In my opinion, I would never do that. I know some people do. But this is a what is that bloody word? It'll come back to me. It will annoy me. I'll put it on the screen. But yeah, this is really good. So every few months I might drop a bit of this into the clutch cable. You can lubricate your throttle cables as well. You know, it's really good to do that. Some people neglect their cables, and over time the cables get stiff and they'll rust and they'll fray. And then the final thing to show you is Auto Sol. It's a bit battered, that tube. Auto Sol metal polish. Does what it says on the tin. On my old Fireblade, I used to use this on the swing arm because it was polished metal. On my Gixxer, which isn't here at the moment, by the way, and I'll come on to that in a second. On my Gixxer, I use it on the exhaust, you know, polishing up the headers and so on. Yeah, always handy to keep around. So, folks, that is it really. There's loads of other stuff that I might use, like gloves and other bits and bobs, but pretty much that's what I use the most, really, to keep my bike looking as clean as possible. So, loads of people have got their own preferences. Like I said at the beginning, I'm not saying that these are all the best products, and I'm not saying that you need to go and buy these products. I'm just showing you what I do. And like I said, if you know my bike and you've seen my channel, you'll know that my bike is immaculate, and this is what I use to help me keep it that way. Now the Gixxer isn't here because it's in with a mechanic still. I dropped it off a couple of days ago and I'm picking it up tomorrow because it's having plugs and fuel filter done. Now I could have done those myself, however the dealer that I bought the bike from very recently, he agreed to pay for that. So I thought, because he's paying for it, I might as well get it done by a professional, because that gives both me and him peace of mind that his money is being spent on a professional rather than me doing it myself, just in case anything went wrong. So the Gixxer will be back tomorrow, and I will be back to making more content hopefully in the very near future. I've also got, and I'm not sure what order I'm going to upload these in, so it might be on my channel already, some old footage that I never uploaded from the Fireblade. I got another load of footage from the Buell that I filmed, and I've also got a lot of footage where I serviced my friend's son's bike, so I'll edit that at some point and get that uploaded as well. So yeah, as always folks, thanks for watching, stay safe, bye 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 bye.
Do ba do, boo doo, a boo ba do ba do.